Hey, how is everybody today? Hope you're all having a great day. So I just got off an interesting phone call and I wanted to share what happened on the call. It's fresh in my mind, so I'm excited to share the details. I was at a show last week for the cooperator. At first, I actually interviewed to be at the show, and then I pushed back because of the cost. And, you know, as a business owner, sometimes we make a decision based on just understanding the number and just seeing the large number and not really knowing the value behind that. And the person who I met, they insisted on calling me back. And then after a while, they called me back so many times that I finally picked up the phone and I finally answered their emails. And when I listened to them, it really helped, because sometimes on the moment when we make decisions, you know, we really make it based on emotions, which is in our mind, and not really what we want. So the call I just got off, this was a shareholder. She's a shareholder for 30 years. I think it was 29 years to be exact. And I just want a price marker. Can you price it out? And it was 61 units, which is like an average size building, but still a great client. And she was so fixated on prices that it was hard to get into her, to be honest, on really what my company was about to help her. So I said to her at the end, I took a bigger stand, and I said to her, look, you're sitting here in a back office type place. You have this property management who's helping you now. And I laid out to her all the different things that she's missing and where her money was going. And boy, was she silent. She is in this back office who's basically just pushing paper. And then the property management who's pushing paper and then just creating reports, hitting save and send to them. But they have no idea what's going on. And she was like, oh, are you available, blah, 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 so I can bring you into the shareholder meetings? And I said to her, sure. And we scheduled a follow-up so I can get in with the team. And she said to me at the end, she apologized actually, which was pretty interesting, because, you know, speaking to somebody who's probably 30 years above me at 25 at minimum, she really just was this angry attitude, but she didn't give me a chance. And I shared with her my prices. Oh my God, Margaret, your prices are so high. So if you guys saw my post today, it's about, is bookkeeping and accounting all about taxes? I posted 5, but there's actually 7 reasons that I have to share with you why CFO services can help you. My post was a little bit too long, so I posted 5, but if you're interested for the other 2, please get on my calendar. So I'm not going to share the other 2 that I didn't, because I would love if you guys are interested to call me. But I am going to go over the 5 that I posted. So the first one is streamlining functions. When you streamline functions in your business, whether you're an entrepreneur or a building, it really helps you see everything that goes on. So something stupid like a telephone bill and an internet bill, having 2 bills to pay versus 1, and then you're going to say, why do I need to pay services to know that? Sometimes, like, when it comes to like the telephone bill, we always get into like these habits of like that 1-year special where it's like $99 unlimited, and then you don't realize how time passes, and then how that plays a toll into everything. You know, when you keep changing and then you realize these separate little bills. So when you streamline your functions and you manage those expenses, it really helps you to see to manage the margin of what you're spending to run the business. The next one is my favorite is financial forecasting. I'm guilty of this. I don't do it enough, but I do it for my clients who take out our CFO package. We help them to understand and articulate what's going on in their business. Every prospect call that comes through my office, the biggest issue is that they have no idea what goes on in their finances, whether it's your personal life or your business life. Some of us, we own buildings in our personal life and we have no idea what goes on. We're like, oh, it's an asset for the future, but we don't realize how it affects us today, because that money, depending on how you purchased it, how you paid for it, how you're bringing in that money, it all makes a difference on your complete financial health. Identifying growth areas. This is another favorite of mine. Sometimes we look at things and we're afraid to spend on them, but it could be in our best interest to spend on them. So growth areas can be as, let's say you're in a building and you have a ton of repairs to do. It could be the outside facade of the building. It could be doing new landscaping. It could be inside doing new painting. All sorts of things, right? And we're so fixated on the cost that we don't do it. So for example, and I'm gonna make it up, we have a repair inside our building that's costing $5,000. The number sounds scary, right? But in the midst of things on how we're spending that $5,000 in terms of our whole tax financial health, you could be getting back like 20% of that. So you guys do the math on that. If it's really not worth doing, because it takes a toll on your financial health. And these are types of things that we can do in terms of managing in terms of a CFO to see really what's going on. The next one is enhanced reporting. It's fabulous, enhanced reporting, because you're getting the concept of built-in of managing those expenses, managing the growth area. So you see it all together. And then you're on this and then you're probably like, why would I want to see my financial picture all on one page? Scary, right? But it's not. If you're afraid of looking at that reporting, it's the exact opposite. You need to be more comfortable with it. You need to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. So what does that sentence mean? Anything you're uncomfortable with, you need to put that on top of your priority list to be more comfortable. Because in our finances, all of a sudden one day, it's going to creep through the holes and it comes back at you. Whether it's your personal or your business, but I can tell you, you know, from my own personal life, certain things that I didn't, you know, pay attention to, and it may not have been important to me at the time, but it was important to me later when things started to build up. But it was that little voice in my head that just kept creeping and said to, you know, to attend to it. So when you have a business and you own assets, somebody to help you pull together this financial picture is really key, because we see things that you don't, and you're seeing them in the business owner through your emotions, and we're seeing them in terms of dollars and cents, and the combination to attend to your needs, your tax needs, and then the whole entire circle. The fifth one is meaningful communication. Now, it's discussing strategy, it's seeking advice, and when you use a traditional bookkeeper, that's really all you're going to get. At Margot's Bookkeeping, you're getting the full team. You can scale, you can start with bookkeeping, move up to CFO, tax planning, and so on. But what happens is with working together with some, just the concept that you can ask someone and not be in limbo of what's going on can save you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So many of us, when we need advice like this, Google is our best friend. Or we'll text someone or email someone that we have a friend of a friend of a friend, and we're only giving them one component of what's going on. But really what helps you the most is understanding the complete picture. And I can tell you at times we're not ready for it, right? But what happens is that the more you wait and the more it eats you inside, the harder it gets to it. But if I want to leave you anything today is my favorite, even though all of them are the best, my favorite out of the 7 is meaningful communication, because we're your safe place. We help you to make that right step, but sometimes the biggest thing, you're ready, is get you out of that comfort zone. So if there's something you want to do and you're not sure if you can afford it, or if you're looking to figure out how to take that chance, that's where the consult will come in and be great for you. So as the last sentence says, as a virtual CFO, you manage your taxes also. So if you think about it, how much better can it get when somebody takes this load off of you and really it services you, where between your personal picture and your business picture, you get to see the whole health. And again, I can't share it enough. If you're uncomfortable when I see this, if you're uncomfortable at home and should I, shouldn't I, and then it's like this big voice, you should. A consult is free. Worst case, you walk away with some tips that I can share with you. And we have a great conversation that you learned from, and maybe I answered some questions. So if you have any questions, let me know. I hope you enjoyed this. If there's anything specific that you have questions on, you want help on, just make sure to call me, email me. The link is below. And I hope you have the great rest of your day. Love you all. Bye.